Pam Bondi, the Attorney General, thought she was going to squint and smarmy her way through the Senate Oversight Committee hearings by the Judiciary Committee. How did that go for her? A lot of, like she had eaten bad clams at lunch. That's not generally going to work when you have a lot of senators who used to be prosecutors and used to have lawyers and have very good staff behind them and start asking hard questions like, what happened to the $50,000 of taxpayer dollars that were masquerading as bribe money for Tom Homan, the Border Czar? Where's the video? Where's the money? And she had her palm card of, here's when Richard Blumenthal goes after me, I mention the fact that he once plagiarized something. When this person goes after me, I say they once stood with people who knew somebody who once actually had lunch with or coffee with Antifa. It was all an S show of Pam Bondi's making, and we cover it on the midweek edition of the Legal AF podcast. And here's a clip. Karen, I was going to move on to Pam Bondi. What do you think about that?
Talk about it.
Yeah, let's do. We'll split Bondi in half. I don't mean literally, although we'll talk about some of Bondi now, and then we'll pick up with Bondi after another commercial break later, and then what happened at the United States Supreme Court. So Pam Bondi gets called in to the Senate Judiciary Committee, and
which is routine and normal and is done all the time.
Yeah. This is the same group that confirmed her. This is the same group that she swore that as she got sworn in, that she swore would be independent, that she would not take direction from Donald Trump, like social media posts that say, Pam, you're running out of time. Indict all my people that I want indicted, or whatever he wrote, and which she did. And now, though, we got a whole new version of Pam Bondi. You could tell the strain of The Office is wearing on her. I've said that we're watching the incredible shrinking Donald Trump because he's just shrinking before our very eyes. Everything he does where he thinks he looks like a strong, tough guy and all that, the public is rejecting him and Trumpism. And he's about 3.5. He's like that guy that's 4.5 foot tall and he wants to be a starter on the NBA as a center. He just doesn't realize he's tiny. He's a tiny, tiny little man. And we're all seeing it. And you see her, one way to interpret her body language and her fighting and her, as I said during my podcast yesterday, this clutching at pearls. And she almost reached for a fan at one point. Oh, I do declare you're attacking my ethics. I'm like, sit down, Pam. Yeah. We're talking about your Department of Justice, which Dick Durbin called effectively the most corrupt Department of Justice we've ever seen that you presided over. And there was several key moments in that, about, things that are in the press, like the Tom Homan bribery video. It's hard to believe there's that face again. We should use that and put that in our library and constantly use that for Pam Bondi. There's a video. Democracy Forward, who works with us on Legal AF, just filed a lawsuit to get the video finally. There's a video. But she decides, no, I'm going to tangle with Sheldon Whitehouse because Sheldon Whitehouse might have known Reid Hoffman of LinkedIn at some point, and maybe that's connected to Epstein. It's just the sheer madness of it all. Let's play that clip.
Senator, as Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche recently stated, the investigation of Mr. Homan was subjected to a full review by the FBI, agents, and DOJ prosecutors. They found no credible evidence of any wrongdoing.
And that was not my question. My question was, what became of the $50,000 in cash that the FBI delivered, evidently in a paper bag, to Mr. Homan?
Senator, I'd look at your facts.
Are you saying that they did not deliver $50,000 in cash to Mr. Homan?
Senator, as recently stated, the investigation of Mr. Homan was subjected to a full review
different question.
By the FBI agents,
That's a
by
different
Department
question.
of Justice prosecutors. They found no evidence of wrongdoing.
That's a different question. What became of the $50,000? Did the FBI get it back?
Senator Whitehouse, you're welcome to talk to the FBI.
The report to you, can't you answer this question?
Senator Whitehouse, you're welcome to discuss this with Director Patel.
Did Homan keep the $50,000?
As Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche recently stated the investigation
never mind.
of Mr.
Never mind.
Homan
I can
was
see I'm not going to get a straight
full
answer from you
review
to a very
by
simple
the
question.
FBI agents and the DOJ. They
you
found
know-
no credible evidence of wrongdoing. You know, you're very concerned about money and people taking money, and you rail
know-
against
wait a
dark
second,
money.
wait a second, wait a
Yet
second,
you work with dark
wait a
money
second.
groups all the time, Senator
Wait a
Whitehouse.
second. Did you know?
It's all about the whataboutism. What about that time that you stood with Casa Incorporated? She accused one of the senators. They know Antifa. I'm not accusing you of being Antifa. Somebody thought this was an effective strategy for responding to U.S. senators providing their oversight duties. How do you think it went, Karen?
I mean, I was appalled. You should be able to answer basic questions, but she had some pre-written answers that she was going to give no matter what the questions were. And that's all she gave. But she was totally evasive and did not provide. Look, the Senate has an oversight function. That is what they do. They have, and the Judiciary Committee has always had, whether it's director of the FBI or the head of the Attorney General, whoever it is, they have them to come in for hearings. And these are basic questions, right? $50,000 was given as bait, right? This was a sting operation by the FBI with Tom Homan. So these are marked bills. When you use bills as bait, you literally you keep track of the serial numbers because you want to see if you get the same, if you recover the exact same ones. You put them in a bag. But they're real dollars, and you put them in a bag, and you go and you do your sting operation, which they filmed or audio taped. I've heard both. And they go in and they record it. But these are pros. They rehearse it ahead of time. What are you going to say? What are the elements of bribery? Let's make sure that we use the proper words. And they go in and they did the things that they were supposed to do. Money was exchanged. Homan accepted the bag of money. And I think it's a fair question to know, where are those dollars that the FBI provided, right? Did the FBI get it back? Did it go back into the FBI coffers? Is it taxpayer dollars? I mean, where is that money? It's a fair question. And she went on later saying that, that investigation was closed before I was confirmed. And so therefore she knows nothing about it. I mean, that is absurd. Right? That is appalling. This wasn't something that happened 20 years ago. This happened like the day before she was confirmed, or the week before she was, this was very recent. And so the fact that I actually don't believe that she doesn't know more about it. And if she doesn't know more about it, I think it's actually, she's not doing her job, and she's not a very good attorney general. She should know exactly the facts of the most important cases that have been going on and that have been investigated, open or closed, and that are of public interest and that are important since Trump took office only a few months ago, right? It's not like he's been in office for 4 years and she's a new attorney general, and this was 3.5 years ago, and so she doesn't know. It's only been in office for 8 months, and haven't been that many huge investigations. She should know all of the details, all of the facts, and I think she's just stonewalling the Senate, and I don't think that's right. I think that the American people have a right to know that the Senate is doing their job of checks and balances, right? This is what the legislative branch is supposed to do if they're doing their job and their oversight over the executive branch. And she wasn't answering, and she was frankly obstructing their answers.
Welcome back. Just can't stop laughing when I watch Pam Bondi. I don't know what it is about her. Thank you for being so supportive of MeidasTouch. While you're on MeidasTouch, hit the subscribe button and come over to Legal AF, the YouTube channel I curate in collaboration with MeidasTouch, and hit the subscribe button there as well. The podcast, an hour long on Wednesdays and Saturdays at 8 p.m. Eastern time, full length. And because of you and all that commitment and fervent support of what we do, we just hit number 25 on the charts. And that's a testament to everything that you are committed to here on Legal AF. I had to get dressed up for it. So until my next report, subscribe. Come over to Legal AF Substack and do the exact same thing, and consider becoming a paid member. That's how let's be frank, that's how you become a card-carrying member of Legal AF and its community. So until my next report, I'm Michael Popak. I'm Michael Popak, and I got some big news for our audience. Most of you know me as the co-founder of MeidasTouch's Legal AF and the Legal AF YouTube channel, or as a 35-year national trial lawyer. Now, building on what we started together on Legal AF, I've launched a new law firm, the Popak Firm. dedicated to obtaining justice through compassionate and zealous legal representation. At the Popak firm, we are focused on obtaining justice for those who have been injured or damaged by a life-altering event, by securing the highest dollar recoveries. I've been tirelessly fighting for justice for the last 35 years, so my own law firm organically building on my Legal AF work just feels right. And I've handpicked a team of top-tier trial fighters and settlement experts throughout all 50 states known as big auto injury attorneys who have the know-how to beat heartless insurance companies, corporations, government entities, and their attorneys. Big Auto's attorneys working with my firm are rock stars in their respective states, and collectively responsible for billions of dollars in recoveries. So if you or a loved one have been on the wrong side of a catastrophic auto, motor vehicle, rideshare, or truck accident, suffered a personal injury, or been the victim of medical malpractice, employment harassment or discrimination, or suffered a violation of your civil and constitutional rights, then contact the Popak firm today at 1-877-POPAK-AF or by visiting my website at www.thepopakfirm.com and fill out a free case evaluation form. And if we determine that you have a case and you sign with us, we don't get paid unless you do. The Popak firm, fighting for your justice every step of the way.